Hello, everybody. So, welcome back. Can you guys hear me clearly? Because I think there is not much coincidence in this world for exactly what's going on. As much as I think we want drama, I think at this point it's getting to the point where people need to take a step back and think that why are we having too many people that know Arionne, aka Coleslaw, come on the show? Like this is the second time. As much as Huntsville, they keep saying Huntsville is small, everybody knows each other. It is so weird that the only people that people seem to know are the people that are related to this same lady. Like it's crazy to me. I don't know about you all, but it is just so crazy to me. So whilst this new girl, Karson Bleu, was basically trying to clear her name, trying to say she's not related to, trying to say that our relationship with Coastal is not as it is anymore. Because obviously she could not hide that she was friends with Coastal, but she tried to limit it. And I feel like that's a lie. But whilst talking, she said she knew Tisha and she was Tisha's plus one. She was initially very reluctant about saying who she was a plus one of, but people kept asking her, who were you a plus one of? Because even I was trying to understand because she was the only person that they did not put her name. So I did not know who she was a plus one of. And I think they did it on purpose because they knew people were going to make that connection. In 5 minutes, everybody made a connection that we have seen this lady from somewhere. So obviously, they didn't want people knowing that connection at all. And she finally agreed that it's Tisha. And let me just put a post that she said on Instagram. Let me put it up. So I will read it. This was our response to the dragons. I will come back to this, but this was a response to someone's question. Yes, what she said. I'm crying, laughing. You didn't have to read the whole cast off. Basically, the person was reading the cast off, trying to say how she would probably add something into the show. And then she said, but I can assure you, Tisha is definitely not using me to do that. When I started doing Tisha's hair on July 5th, I had already not talked to Arionne since October 25th. I did make her aware because a fake page I believe to be Arionne or maybe even Martell commented on Tisha's page that I was Arionne's friend. How would that make sense that Martell will go around having a fake page saying that, oh, you are Arionne's friend to Tisha's page? That lie makes no sense. But let's continue. And she said, that was a year after Arionne and I were no longer speaking. If anything, Tisha knows that I definitely don't mess with Arionne. And she also knows why. I'm not a fake friend. If me and that girl was even a little cool, I honestly wouldn't have said anything to any of them pertaining to her, which is how it all started anyways. So you all tuned in and then hopefully more questions will be answered, will be better answered. And for the record, I don't know about cleanliness or not of any husband's pennies. I really just try to focus on my own. Now, what she's saying here is definitely opposite of what she said yesterday, because she said Arionne was giving her gist about most of the castmates and most of the castmates' husband. She said that in the comments. So now she's coming out saying she did not know any information about. I'm just like, okay. But what struck me was the fact that she said Tisha knew of Arionne's relationship to her. Tisha knew the reason why they stopped being friends, and Tisha still felt it comfortable to bring this lady to the show. For real. Because yesterday she claimed that the only reason why she stopped being friends with Coleslaw was because Coleslaw said something to her that she did not like. Let me post the comment so it doesn't seem like I'm lying against this lady. This was the comment. Let me look for the particular comment. Yes, this was the comment. Either way, I'm reading the last part. Either way, she was cool. And if she had not asked me a question that I found very distasteful and disgusting, she would still be cool. But I haven't spoken with her in over 2 years. So let's look at this statement. So you're telling me that Tisha knew of why you broke up your friendship with this girl, and you wrote with your full chest that the only reason why you stopped being friends with with Coleslaw was because she did something to you. So what's the difference between you and this lady? You were very comfortable with her sleeping with someone else's husband, even though she told you the story. But the only reason why you felt like, oh, this girl may actually be a bad friend was when she did something or said something bad to you. And Tisha knew that. And conveniently, she felt like, oh, I may bring this girl here and it's not for any reason. What do you think, Uzo?
I thought yesterday when she went on her total rant on social media, trying to like give us her own version of the story, I was like, you're doing too much. I don't think she literally thought that the internet remembered. I don't think she actually thought that the internet remembered her on that live with Arionne. Because I'm sure if in her life that she was told that that life would have been brought up today, I don't think she would have ever gone on that life with Arionne. And now that life is coming to bite her on the ass, and she feels like she needs to, say
But
something about it.
she knew of the life. She knew of the life. I'm
I
saying
feel
the
like
reason why she stopped being friends with Ari was because Ari said something disgusting to her. So
and probably
theoretically,
she
she would
feels
have still been friends with Ari, is the point. And she would have been friends with Ari and be friends with Tisha, and most likely is still friends with Ari as we are speaking. So
I I feel like they're still friends. Probably not as friendly as
they
there's
are
different
still
level of
friends. Two
friendship.
of us can legit plan something, and I will come out here. If I feel like you are going to succeed in something, I'm going to come out here and pretend I'm not your friend. This is what friendship is about. So there is nothing like that. She's legit going against what she said. It's like you're not listening to me. She's going against what she said. You said you told Tisha, and at the time you told Tisha, you were no longer friends with Ari. And the only reason why she stopped being friends with Ari was because of what Ari said to her. That was what she said. And she has been going around saying people will not bully me. Nobody's bullying you. People are asking you to be accountable about the people you were in cohorts with, because it makes no sense. And this evening, she came out and she did a live saying that, okay, she did a live yesterday describing her relationship with Tisha. And then today she came out saying when the narrative started going that, oh, probably Tisha had a play and this thing was all planned to make or to annoy Mel. This is what she said.
Real with you, when I went and looked at their like who some of these people were back then, after checking out their stuff, none of them even had like a real following on Instagram. Yeah, like some of them only had like a few hundred, a couple thousand. Mel might have had the biggest, but it still wasn't even. I don't even think hers at that time was even like 10,000 followers. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I had 140,000 followers, so I'm just looking like it's not that big of a deal. Like I'm not even really in tune to what's really going on. Now I will say this: I reached out to the whole cast. Somebody asked me earlier, why did you reach out to the castmates? I'm a hairstylist
Mhm.
in Huntsville, moving to Huntsville, Alabama. I reached out to the entire cast, and I want to say it might have been around Valentine's Day. And I just was letting them know, hey, y'all, I'm in town. If Any of y'all need my services, let me know. At that time, none of them had respond. I sent that to Kimmi, Tisha, and Melody. Those were the 3 that I initially sent that to. I winded up meeting Tisha in person. You get what I'm saying? At Black. Her husband is actually the one who set it up with me for me to do her hair. So that's what I'm saying. So Tisha didn't have, it's not like Tisha had any knowledge of that. And then this is the crazy part. When that page wrote that, I came to Tisha and I was like, hold on, I just want to show you this, that, and the third. I'm just showing her. I'm not saying what I showed her, but I was showing her things. And I was like, this is what transpired. Blase speed, blase speed. I just want to let you know because I was cool with that girl. You know what I'm saying? She was cool. We're not friends. And she was just like, stay out of it. Don't get involved. Leave it alone. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't talk. Y'all ain't talked in a year. What's the point of even talking about it now? So I will say that Tisha did advise me not to even talk about it. She just was like, don't give it any energy because me and that girl had not communicated. Look at this. Look at this. Queen Shabir saying you protecting Tisha way too much. That's that, and it, like these are the comments that are mind-boggling to me.
Let me say this because I blog on YouTube and I actually do know a lot about the stuff behind the scenes. If you actually look at my page, and that's only up to you want to do.
I'm gonna check your page out.
Honestly, with the way the show is going and the way the Scotts operate, it would seem like it was a setup. In my opinion, okay, that's my opinion. Now I get it. You trying to say, look, it wasn't like that or whatever, but from the things that I do know about the Scott family, and I haven't even put out a lot, okay? But it just seems the Scott family, and I haven't even put out
Now, it's like it's giving me you guys already planned a story. She's coming here because it's weird that someone is so, to me, it's weird that she's so comfortable getting all this backlash. It's weird. It's just so weird because the way this thing is playing is very suspicious. You're telling me Tisha knew. And if we're looking at this time, currently Tisha is supposed to be cordial, at least with Mel. So at least she could have reached out and be like, oh, the lady I'm bringing as my +1, she knew Ari. She was friends with Ari initially. So don't be shocked. Because I definitely know she does not know all that is happening currently. If people did not find out, I'm sure she would have kept quiet. But they were ready to attack when people found out. Because you can't tell me she told you, oh, so you were friends with this Slaw who slept with Martell Holt, blah, blah, blah. Regardless of them being broken up, I would not want to associate with someone that knew this lady for whatever reason. So you then bring this girl into my tea party and you think that her keeping quiet because, oh, Ari said something terrible and disgusting to you, so you are hot, so you can keep quiet and not talk about your history, and you can keep quiet and get into the show that you legit called a mess. Yes, this girl called this show a mess. In 2021, when she was on live with Ari, the only live that we can actually see as quality evidence is that she called the show a mess. She called it boring. She said there was nothing she did not call this show. So I am very shocked that she is doing so much to get on the show. So people need to go to Tisha's page, not her page. Yes, because it's weird that she's the only one being attacked. I'm not saying anybody should attack anybody, but it's weird that she's getting all the hits, while Tisha knew, because she said Tisha knew. Initially, in my first video yesterday, I did not even know if Tisha knew. But once that live came out and her talking that Tisha knew, I was very disappointed. I was very disappointed. Because guys, the first live she was, in fact, let me play the live that she was on Ari with Ari. So you will understand why I'm saying I am very confused at why this lady is trying so hard to get on a show she was bashing.
No, they did. Somebody did say my name and they like bleeped it out because I seen that part. Like,
oh, they did.
They was like, no, Arionne. And then they like bleeped it out or whatever. Please.
Also, don't do that. The show would not be boring. Yes, it would. If there was no drama on there, it would be boring. Like, y'all like the show because y'all like the drama of the arguing of the couples and all of that. And if they didn't have, they didn't keep bringing this up, it would be quite boring. Honestly, it was boring.
Really? What about like it's the other couple? What the hell?
People said they have said it. They have said your name.
They have said my name. Yeah.
I didn't know. I mean, I haven't watched it, so I watched them first season. I was like, okay, this is enough. I didn't watch this season. Some people say nobody says the name. They don't be saying the name. They be speaking around it though.
I mean, because they speak on me every single episode, but mine, I seen with my own two eyes, somebody somebody say my name, period.
So did you see? Did you see? Is that not convenient? For someone who was bashing the show, calling it a mess, why are you going around doing all these media tours, trying to clear your name, trying to come on the show? Because you know that obviously the fans are not comfortable with someone being related to this lady coming in. Yeah, Tisha called Mel a dark soul. So for her to bring a girl that knew Slaw, I'm telling you, because they are moving very weird. They are moving very weird. And this was the lady that nearly busted an aneurysm when she thought that what's that lady was going to come, Alonda. Because I don't get how you were privy to this information. You kept this information. And then now you decided to bring this lady. And trust me, if fans had not noticed, or people were not really checking for Ari, or people were not really checking for Ari's Instagram lives, most people would not have been able to make this connection. And because this girl, I'm going to be honest with you guys, I am very sure that she's going to make the cut. So I'm not even going to deceive myself. Neither am I going to say, oh, Carlos is going to do the right thing and probably not bring her as a cast. I'm not going to deceive myself. I know that the probability of her making it into the cast currently is high. It's high. Because now Carlos is all about mess. It's all about drama. And the fact that, and this is the second segment of this life, I'm going to talk about it later on, about why people are helping her already out on Instagram. Because as I'm seeing what's happening on Instagram, I'm disappointed. So now she came live this evening talking about Tisha did not bring me because of mess. And as the series goes on, we're going to see that it's not about mess, it's not about blah blah blah. I'm like, I told you guys in the comment section in my last video about this. I said she's going to have more and more and more sins. Yes, what she said. So it doesn't seem like I'm actually lying. This was the life that she had.
I don't know if this reception gonna mess up. Me and my mom have to pick up my grandma from the airport, so it's like I'm having bad reception. We gotta hurry up, and I'm trying to talk to y'all before my mom comes out. Because let me tell you one thing, I cannot be out here talking with my mom around, because she don't always want to defend her baby. Y'all want to see them? What's up? No, I ain't about to say y'all ain't about to be on there calling me retarded. BZ! Y'all gonna be like, so you're big. The company you keep, cause believe me, they have motives. Be careful, babe, and don't mess up your brand with the foolishness. You know what? Beyond lipstick and mascara, that part, I'm gonna agree with you 100%. I'm not gonna say like people had motives, because again, I don't believe anybody had a motive. I think that as time goes on, y'all will see the difference of what really happened and how it happened the way it happened on any level. Again, I don't believe anybody had a motive. I think that as time goes on, y'all will see the difference of what really happened and how it happened the way it happened.
So you guys can see she's going to definitely have more sins. And let's not pretend we know how Love and Marriage Huntsville works. They introduce somebody in one scene, and filming is still coming, is still continuing. So obviously she can get more scenes with all this drama happening currently. So once filming happens and people are like, wow, or this person causes buzz, causes drama, the probability of this person coming on that show is like 100%. This is the same thing that happened with Stormi. And Stormi was just a disappointment. Yeah. First Stormi and now this lady. It's almost seeming like there's a puppet string, because the coincidence, this kind of coincidence should not be in existence. Because all of a sudden we found out Stormi was Arionne's friend. And now we're finding out this chick was Arionne's friend. And our excuse is they stopped speaking, they spoke, they did. She was in my DMs talking about me moving to Huntsville. We're not really that close anymore. That's a very convenient excuse. Karson said she knew Ari, but since it was a year ago, don't mention it. Tisha wanted to give Karson an opportunity to be on TV. Huntsville being small, many will know Ari. Obviously, but let's look at it in depth. The probability that many people know Ari is high. She has said it from her own mouth that sometimes when she was in Huntsville, she would go shopping and people are like, Ari, aren't you the girl who slept with Martell? She has said it several times. But the convenience of the kind of relationship that she has with Ari is just too convenient. You can't tell me that this girl is the only hairdresser in Huntsville. It's just very impossible. It's very impossible. No matter how, hairdressing is one of the most common handiwork. So you can't tell me that this lady is the only hairdresser. It's just, because she was living in Detroit. So how possible that it was after she reached out to Latisha, Mel, and everybody that Latisha was the only person that reached out to her to become a hairdresser? Come on, let's look at the actions that happened. She lived in Detroit, moved to Huntsville. If we're following the timeline of what she's saying, she reached out to the female cast, and only Latisha reached out back. Why? Why didn't Kimmi reach out back? Why didn't, like, why on earth is Tisha bringing a hairdresser as a plus one? As close, when I was making my hair, as close as I was with my hairdresser, I don't necessarily bring her to tea parties like that. It's crazy. Because that's not what you do on a reg. That's not what you do. If my hairdresser is telling me she wants to, if I was in the reality TV, and my hairdresser is telling me she wants to be on the reality TV, I would not bring her because I don't know, except if my hairdresser is probably my cousin or my friend for a long time. You've known this girl how many years? 1, 2 years? And Tisha could not bring older friends. I mean, she's the one who always prides herself in having multiple friends. But conveniently, listen, conveniently, out of all the friends that Tisha has, she brought her hairdresser. Come on now. So what do you have to say about this?
The,
So are
the
you
only
there?
reason why Tisha The reason why Tisha actually accepted her was because, like you said, she told Tisha about the fact that she was once in acquaintance with Arionne. And that's why Tisha brought her into this place. Tisha calling Melody a dark soul when she herself is the darkest of souls. You got pissed off, you got annoyed when you thought that Melody was going to bring a friend of hers to the show that will literally expose your husband as a cheater. But here you are doing the same thing that you called her a dark soul for, doing the same thing that you said she was wicked and she was destroying your marriage. She doesn't want to see you happy. The same thing you were complaining of, that's the same thing you were literally bringing another lady for. Because why would you? Why would you want to bring this lady in? I literally don't have any reason because, as you said, she spoke with every other cast member of the show, every female cast member of the show, and literally nobody else answered her except Tisha. Is that not giving? I just want to be haterish. I just want to be a hater. Like, that is what it's giving, because she just wants to be a hater, and she has on the cover of I'm ignorant. Um, I didn't really mean that. You know, when things go south to enter, I didn't really mean that. But if Melody brings in a lady, if it was Melody that brought in a lady that was to bring to talk about Marsau, or say that Marsau was cheating, or bring evidence against Marsau's cheating, or somebody they know that Marsau has cheated with on this show, the tone will be different. Whether Melody knew that she was a lady or not, or Melody was ignorant before bringing a lady, as far as people get to know that this lady was one way in acquaintance with Marsau in one way or the other, Melody would have been like the devil, the heartless person, a wicked soul, blah blah blah. But Latisha can literally bring somebody else that you know that was speaking with Arionne, and you know that they literally bashed. When I mean they bashed um this show, talk bad about you. And the fact is that I don't know, I don't know whether Arionne sometimes uses her senses, because this lady literally talked bad about the show you're on, talk bad about the castmate, how they are boring, and you still gave her a listening ear and trying to push her to enter into the love. I wouldn't do that. Not for anybody in the world. If you literally bash me on a show I am, or bash the show I am, saying the show is boring, we don't have anything to show for, why would I literally want to bring you into that same show? Because I just feel like all this thing is just a messy zone. Like, let's create mess. Normally we know Carlos is the queen of mess nowadays. So if we create enough mess, Carlos will see us and probably push us the same way of Stormi. Um, the same way they did for Stormi, now they want to do for this lady. And what pisses me off is that it seems like most of us are actually giving them the audience. I don't know when we'll get to that stage that we should ignore and don't give them the audience. Because if we literally don't give them the audience about all these things will not coming out. But we are giving them the audience. We're giving them that trend. We're making them trend. We're making
We'll
them
talk
known. We're
about
making
that
them.
later.
I don't give them the audience. Because
Um,
if we don't give them the audience about
Will,
all these things will not coming out. But we are giving them the audience. We're giving them that trend. We're making them trend.
so I'm going to read some of the comments before we go further. That's Coleslaw's sister. Remember, the mom is a hairstylist. I'm telling you, there's just too many coincidences that God. Karson Bleu is a married woman, so it was weird that she was friends with a girl that was happy destroying a marriage and a baby. See, it's crazy because listen to let let me read what she said yesterday. Yesterday she said, "No, I moved to Huntsville and knew no, I am not. Before I moved to Huntsville and knew anything about any of them, I met her on social media. This is my new page, but I used to have a 140K followers page, and she was one of them. I made posts about possibly moving to Huntsville, and she was one of the people who communicated with me on social media about my move here. She did eventually tell me she was involved in a scandal in Huntsville, but the way she told me her side of the story was remorseful at that time. I didn't know any of them. I didn't know any of them, so I really didn't care. So she told her about her scandal, but Miss Mamas really didn't care because she did not know them. Let's keep that point at the side. I went and checked out season 1 and learned that it was a real situation. I still didn't care because she explained it as it was more so entertainment for TV. Either way, she was cool. And if she had not asked me a question that I found very distasteful and disgusting, she would still be cool. But I haven't spoken with her in 2 years. So Costa told her she felt it was not serious. And if we're going by this thing, at this time, this lady was married. There is no way in hell I will be comfortable with my friend sleeping with a married man and I'll be like, I don't care. So the only reason why she eventually cared was when it turned back and the arrow shot at her. So all this explanation she's doing here is selfishness. Because if she had moved to Huntsville whilst being friends with Ari, which probably she's still friends with Ari, allegedly, so she would have been two-timing these ladies, gossiping about these ladies with Ari, because she went on saying, if Ari keeps it cute, I'm not going to talk about all the things she told me about this castmate. So if we're going by what she's saying, Ari and her have been gossiping about these castmates. And probably all what Ari has been telling her, most likely about the men, and most likely what Martell has been telling Ari. So she has a lot of gossip. She has a lot of info. And if Ari had not done something bad to her, she would still be friends with Ari, and she would have still had the audacity to reach out to these three women. That's Kimmi, Tisha, and Mel. But what's crazy now is that Tisha was the only person that felt it was wise, for the love of me, to take this lady as a hairstylist and to bring her as a plus one. Maybe because Karson was disgusted with Ari now and doesn't want anything to do with her. Maybe Tisha feels like Karson will be an ally to Melody now. People are not that nice in this world. When you see that kind of coincidence or connection, I bet you, if I start being, okay, let me put myself in Tisha's shoes. If I start being cordial with someone that we've been fighting for over 3-4 years, and then I become friends with someone that was a friend or had a relationship with a lady that slept with my husband and had a kid with him whilst in the marriage, and I've been going around talking about how this woman wants to destroy my marriage, how she's bringing people to attack me, blah, 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 blah. There is no way on earth I am going to put myself in the position to bring an outside lady that had a connection to that woman. That is messy. If you want me to be an ally to this woman, let Karson reach out to me and let me accept Karson's hands. Don't help me accept people that caused me pain. Don't help me accept people that laughed, because definitely when Ari was explaining her situation to Karson, she must have laughed. She even said she did not care. So when Ari was explaining Melody's hurt, she did not care. She didn't give two Fs. She didn't feel like it was anything serious. So don't help me reach out or be friends with that kind of person. Don't help me. Because this person was happy when I was hurting. But only when you did something bad that the person felt like, maybe I will actually have to talk back. If you have a varying opinion, I've dropped the link. You can hit the link and join us on StreamYard. Let's talk it out. Because I'm seeing it I'm trying to rationalize it. I'm trying to. Coastal probably talked to her man, so she stopped talking to her. I'm like, she said she's not going to say what Coastal said or did, but Tisha knows. And if Tisha knew, that means she told Tisha every single thing that will make Coastal look bad and make herself look good. Because definitely she wouldn't have told Tisha about the part she played. She would have told Tisha about, come on, Tisha knew the relationship, but still felt it convenient enough to bring this woman. I'm not going to lie. I already know she's going to make the cast. She's definitely going to make the cast. So I'm just speaking my own opinion. This is my opinion. You knew the toxic relationship between this woman and Coastal. But out of all the friends you have, out of what friends? All the people that could have been a plus one, yes. Someone who was Arionne's friend is not like her and Tisha haven't discussed it. Okay? And Tisha, yes. This is my point. Exactly. This is my point. And this girl is desperate enough to be here. For someone that bashed, came at everybody, talking about how the show is a mess, how the show is gutter, how the show is boring. And she's down doing everything, telling people to tag Carlos so that he can bring her in. But if we look at this drama, the probability of her coming to this show is quite high. So I'm not going to kid myself and say it's not going to happen. I'm just going to say it. Hanging with the Scots, knowing Coleslaw, or hanging with Destiny and Stormi, they can definitely ruin you all because you hang out. Yeah, it's crazy. Now, do you know what's funnier? As I was scrolling down the comment section, I noticed Marsau was there. Let me look for the comments. Yeah. Marsau was out here threatening somebody else in this lady's comment section because the lady was responding to Karson Bleu, telling her, "Hit dogs holler, you are mad because you are a home wrecker too." I don't know about that. And she tagged Marsau. "This is whom you allow your wife to befriend? Yup, makes sense. Hoes around one another." Wow. And Marsau, "Stop acting like your wife is about her life." Oh, the comments is quite crazy. Then Marsau drops his address and told the girl to come at them. And if we're going by what she said, that Marsau was the one who introduced her to Tisha. It's such a convenient storyline. It's so convenient because nobody is going to tell me that she's the only hairdresser that exists. You can't tell me. You can't tell me. There must be more than one hairdresser in the whole of Huntsville. It can't be this. It can't be this convenient for there to be only one hairdresser. It just can't. There's like no way in hell. And she said, someone said, Fraggle Rock says she didn't associate with coleslaw either, referring to to Stormi. Huntsville is full of liars, opportunists, snakes, like every other place. You fit right in. You had your little 1 second of camera time, the end. Nana, I don't think she had 1 second of camera time. I think people are not reading in between what she's saying. Let me play the video again of tonight. She's definitely going to have more screen time, so you guys should buckle up.
And I'm trying to talk to y'all before my mom comes out. Because let me tell you one thing, I cannot be out here talking with my mom around. Because you know, she gonna always want to defend her baby. Y'all want to see them? What's up? No, I believe me. They have motives. Be careful, babe, and don't mess up your brand with the foolishness. You know what? Beyond lipstick and mascara, that part, I'm gonna agree with you 100%. I'm not gonna say like people had motives, because again, I don't believe anybody had a motive. I think that as time goes on, y'all will see the difference of what really happened and how it happened the way it happened on any level. Again, I don't believe anybody had a motive. I think that as time goes on, y'all will see.
So she said, as time will go on, you guys will see the difference about how it happened and what happened. So you guys thinking she got 1 second of screen time? Baby girl is going to be there. And from what I'm hearing, she allegedly is going to be in the Black Expo. So this whole media round she's doing, trying to clear her name, is probably because she knows she's going to be maybe a friend of the show and she's aiming to be a castmate. And Carlos is definitely going to give her that. So Carlos is definitely going to give her that because she's got a lot of buzz. Because then she responded to the person saying, I don't know who you're referring to, but I actually said the opposite. I was cool for a very short period with coleslaw. Something she told me or wanted my opinion on is why I cut communication with her. Hope that helps your theories. What theories? Is it, what exactly would she have told you that was so bad? Because if we're looking at, she said she wanted your opinion on something. So what exactly was so bad that she wanted your opinion on that you could not stand and you cut her off? That's the question that we should be asking. Because if she's saying it is something she said that made her feel disgusted. So you're telling me when she told you she was sleeping with someone else's husband, you didn't feel disgusted? When she told you that she had a child by someone else's husband, you didn't feel disgusted? When she told you how she trolled this man's wife, you didn't feel disgusted? But when she asked your opinion on something, you conveniently felt disgusted. How sweet. I believe they are still friends. Coleslaw still following her, but she's not following Coleslaw. They are complete liars. Really? I don't follow. Let me check. Let me try to follow Coleslaw and then follow her and then see who they are following. I think that's a way to do that. Let me check. I think since I'm using a laptop, let me try to follow Arionne and then see. Because that would be crazy. That would be crazy. Because Ari definitely is listening and hearing what what she's saying. Uso, what do you think?
For me, I feel like her saying that she literally stopped talking to Arionne because of what she said. Let her come and tell us the things she said, because I don't believe that part, because she literally told you of how she's sleeping with, or she slept with another woman's husband, had a kid for him, proud about it, bashing the woman, trying to say bad things about the woman, and you were laughing and you were saying she was right. One thing that people don't realize is nobody knows what um how would I put it? Nobody knows how it hurts until you're entering the same shoe as that person. At that time, she would have been feeling. I swear, if you had told me on that live that that lady was married, then I would have denied it, because I felt like she was not married. She was a single girl. The way she was talking on that live with her, I felt she was single also, and talking to her. I did not believe it until until we saw her on that episode. Everybody started doing research on her, and I found out that she was married with 4 kids. And I was like, literally, you could have caught me dead on that, because I literally thought she was single. Because I would not believe that a woman that is married and married to a husband, you have kids with that husband, how you would feel if your own husband goes to another lady, gets the lady pregnant, and disrespects you in the
I mean, she
process.
said she didn't feel anyway. She felt like she didn't care. She said it was not important. She said it from her
So
mouth that she didn't care. So she didn't care. That's how she would have felt. She
that
didn't
is
care
why
so far it was
that
not
is
happening to her. She didn't
that
feel
is why I
anything.
didn't
And
that's why
that's
I
the
didn't
problem.
believe that's why I didn't believe that she was married, because I believe that there is no married woman, no matter. Yes, people, I will not literally care too, because it's not my shoe. I'm not the one married to Martell, like,
She's
I'm not the
married
one
with
going through
four
those things.
kids. She doesn't give
That's what I'm
two F's. So
saying.
far it's not happening to her. It's not her
For a single
business.
person, I believe that you can say that, because you will be like, yes, but someone that is married and you have your kids with one husband, with the same man, you have your kids with, I believe you should care, because you would put yourself in the perspective of, um I'm married also. How would I feel if my husband does the same thing Martell does, and disrespect me in that same way? Or the baby mama is now coming online saying trash about me, disrespecting me, making me feel like a loser. How would that be? For her to, when I heard she was married, that was weird. That just like at the end of the day, I was like, no, this lady doesn't have anything to offer. And the only reason why Carlos would bring her into the show, which I know he would, is because Carlos, I don't know, he has turned Love and Marriage Huntsville into Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah.
Love and Hip Hop is what Love and Marriage is now. It's no longer Love and Marriage Huntsville. So for that fact that Love and Marriage Huntsville is now Love and Hip Hop, he would surely bring in this lady. And she's working hard. She's literally working hard for getting this show. I said it in my own review on my channel. I said she's giving desperation for me. She's giving desperate. I really need to be on this show in any way. I really need to be on this show. Even if I get hated. At this stage, I'm just tired of every one of them that will try to come in and they are Arionne's friends. Like, I'm tired of all of them.
My point is, I've gone to her page, Heal Together. I think Ari has unfollowed her, probably because she most likely DM'd Ari that, oh, people are making a connection between the both of us. But she has unfollowed her. Ari no longer follows this lady because I just followed Ari. So you know how Instagram pops up? The people you are following should be part of their followers. So she's not following Ari at Ari is not following her currently at all. But she is following Melody. Because these are some people that I follow. She's following Melody, following Stormi. Yeah. These are the people she follows. So some people that you know though. So they are no longer following each other. She probably saw how terrible it looked and she contacted Ari that please take back your follow because you are working against what I've been working on. So yeah. If it was Melody, I would stop if I was Melody, I would stop promoting the show. I wouldn't tell people to watch it anymore. Let it tank and start all over on a different network. This is it. I want someone to pitch, even if it's Real Housewife of Huntsville, go to Bravo network because on TV they are showing their hands and at this point they don't care. They don't care. Because for someone whose character didn't even care that the person she's friends with is sleeping or was sleeping with a married man, had a kid by him, but felt like, oh my God, she asked me a disgusting question, so I'm no longer going to talk to her. How convenient. How very, very convenient is that? So then she released a statement on Instagram after people were not really agreeing with what she was saying. She said, let me be clear, you all can't bully me. Now I'm going to give you all Love and Marriage Huntsville fans a couple of weeks to calm down. I have a feeling most of you all will more likely retract your statements. Why will we retract our statements? I'm telling you, this lady is going to have more things about herself, probably her storyline and whatever relationship she has with Coleslaw on the show. So she's preparing you all to know, so you guys don't feel like, oh, she just came out of the blue. And she said, however, in the meantime, here are the rules to my page. You can call me whatever, but do not threaten me or my kids' well-being. You know, I find it funny that every single time people ask someone to explain their relationship or why they know this person, the next statement they say is, you guys will not threaten me and my kids. Who is threatening your kids? I just found out this today that you had kids. Most likely nobody's threatening your kids. People are just saying they do not want you on the show. I take that back. You can threaten me too, just not my kids. To answer your questions, no, I am not Arionne's friend. I have my personal reasons why I no longer wish to communicate. She was one of the first person I met on social media when I was making my decisions to move to another state. Yes, she did inform me that she was in a scandal. No, I did not care because I did not know any of them. Did you see that statement? No, I did not care because I did not know any of them. For somebody not to care that their friend is causing hurt to another woman, that her friend is sleeping and lying with another woman's husband because, wow, I don't know them. But you knew one person involved, which was Ari, but you did not care at all. She continued, yes, I did check out season 1. No, I did not hear them say her name. I could only go off her word that she was in fact the mistress being discussed. When I met Tisha, Arionne and I had already stopped communicating long beforehand. No, Arionne did not send me to start drama with Mel. The girl and I don't communicate on any level, and that's all I will give you all for now. You didn't give us anything. This is like a PR statement that was written to make it look relatable. Because if we go by all what you did, you don't sound like you are a nice person at all. And for someone who came on yesterday, she said, oh, I don't know what I will bring, but I definitely will not bring drama. I will not bring this. I will just bring like, girl, if you don't know what you're bringing, don't come. I don't know what is in Huntsville, but we have people that are really desperate to be on TV. I don't know why. That's why I'm thinking that Bravo needs to start a Real Housewife of Huntsville so that we can look at the potential of that show in Huntsville. It will actually be great if they start it, because then Mel can as well move from this show to Huntsville show. Because this is very heartless. The fact that her and Tisha are not seeing that their actions are not reflecting positively, but they still feel like, oh, what we're doing is justified, is crazy to me. It's very crazy to me. Because how would you be friends with someone that hurts me, then you come on the show as a plus one? I'm still, for the love of God, trying to understand why Tisha felt it was, why Marsau even felt it was sensible to bring Tisha into this whole thing. I'm still, for the love of God, trying to understand. Because this is something that they've most likely concocted somewhere. And they're like, this is the storyline we're going with. I was once friends with Ari. I'm no longer friends with Ari. There is nothing. Do not see anymore. And tell people that they are going to see, they're going to understand as the storyline goes on. They're going to see more of you. They're going to see this. Because it's convenient. Now let's move on to people. I titled this because I really wanted to say it. How she's using people. Yesterday she came live and some bloggers came on the live with her. No, I'm not shitting anybody. Disclaimer. I'm just using it as an example. Now, people are alleged giving her relevance on Instagram. Her comment section is the busiest that it has been in a while. It's the busiest it has been in a while. Like, for real. She's having 200 comments, people bashing, people coming for her, people trying to find her out. Like, she has not had this amount of comments in any of her other posts. So you are commenting, trying to drag her, trying to do some things. You guys are helping her. That's the comment I wanted to make. people jumping on her live, questioning her, trying to find out her relationship. You can have your YouTube videos trying to analyze. You can talk about it on your Facebook groups. But you guys are showing Carlos and on TV that bringing this girl is going to cause drama. Bringing this girl is going to cause drama. Looks like Karson Bleu is holding out for more money from On TV before she decides to reveal disgusting question Coastlaw supposedly asked her that made her stop being Coast. That's the point, and people are helping her. When I popped into that live yesterday, I shook my head. I was like, come on. You are making this girl feel like a superstar. You legit are. You legit are. Coming on a live questioning her, then she was never saying, she kept lying and lying and lying, and you're making her feel important, because I'm sure one producer was looking somewhere with a fake account, trying to see how people will receive her, trying to see how receptive people were to her. And I get it that people want to get the gist or be the first person to put out something, but to be honest, when you look at it, are you not doing all the work for her? I don't know. You guys comment your thought, because it seems like I'm the only one who thinks like that. Like, I need people to comment in the comment section what you think. Going to her page, going to her DMs, writing comments, questioning and questioning. You guys are helping this lady get on the show. So don't come and be confused when probably the second part of season 6, you see Karson Bleu everywhere. Don't be confused. Because bet me, as Tisha and Marsau have seen how negative this thing was received, they are going to do more. They're going to do more. They're definitely friends, but not dumb. Yes, we are not dumb. They actually do look like sisters. Anytime I see their pictures side to side, they look like they are related. Only difference is that Coastlaw's lips are as wide as a dog. That's like the only difference. But it's crazy that you guys are doing all the hard work at making this girl get, if this was Real House of Atlanta, get that pitch. I did tell my comments on her page because she says she enjoys it. That is like, I could cite it from the moon. She responded to every single question, and most likely she would have screenshotted it, sent it to Carlos and be like, you see, I told you I was not going to disappoint. I told you if you added me to the show, I'm going to bring drama. And I'm not going to be a hypocrite and say she won't bring drama, because this is a storyline on its own. People will start asking, why is this girl here? Then they'll start talking again about Arionne, the drama, and then Martell Holt, we get a storyline, and then Tisha and Mel will fall out again, and then it's like a whole ball game. A whole ball game. It's a whole, they're moving us like chess pieces. We are out here saying, oh, don't do this, don't do this. Why they are out here talking about how she doesn't? Because every single time I keep replaying the way she answered Anthony. And I'm like, this is very suspicious. This is very suspicious. I'm telling you, she looks alike, just the lips that are different. I kept telling myself, this whole thing is very suspicious. The timing, suspicious. The way she's going at it, taking the fall, taking the anger, taking the dragons, very suspicious. because there is no way on earth that I would be willing to be dragged on for anybody's sake. I would have thrown everybody under the under the rug. I'm telling you. I would have thrown every other person under the rug. But she's happy responding, happy telling everybody, well, I will do it again. You guys cannot try me. You guys know. He's like, come on. This thing was well planned. Because this girl, she came prepared. Her and Ari, they are the same type of people. They are the same type of people. We can call her macaroni salad, the two sides that when punic is over, these are the two sides that get thrown away, too much left over. Actually, it's crazy. Because every time I go back to her statements, Ari told me, but I did not feel it was important and I did not care. She kept being friends with Ari till Ari asked her a conveniently disgusting question that she's not willing to say. She told Tisha this disgusting question. So Tisha knew. And then Tisha told her, oh, you guys have not been talking for over 2 years, so it's not important. And then out of all the friends that Tisha had, she brought this girl. This is like the summary of everything. Now, how does that make sense? They are literally trying to turn smell. It's unbelievable. Because the new story that they're going is, oh, Tisha did not say that. Tisha did not make me go against Mel. You guys will see fine later in the future. I don't want to see in the future. I want to know what's going on. Because this is crazy. I want to know what's going on. Don't make me wait to the future because right now you guys are looking quite shady. You guys are looking quite shady. Because why was Marsau in the comments going at people, calling this out? Why is she willing to get dogged out? I don't care. I don't care if you're giving me the opportunity to be on TV. But you are obviously being used and you're comfortable being used. Yeah, no sense for real because it's crazy. Now, Uzo, do you have anything to say before we wrap up the live? Since nobody wants to come on the live to speak, I'm going to drop the link one more time. If nobody comes up to speak, we're going to wrap the live and end it. So like this video, guys, like this video. We've been talking, we have over 80 people on this live and less than 80 likes. So Uzo, what do you have to say?
For me, like I said, you said it that they look alike and obviously they might have the same character or attitude. I literally don't like her because of what she did with Arionne, and now I'm trying to act this way. And I don't want the fans of the show to give her an ounce of audience. Like, let's stop giving her audience from today. Let's stop being interested in her. Let it go. Let it die down. Because once the buzz died down around her, there'll be no need for her being considered for bringing her on the show. So let it die down. I beg on the fans because you know what? I was watching her. I was checking literally all through on her page yesterday on Instagram, and everything she was saying. She was like, so it's they kept on putting up the post on Instagram, going on live. I was like, if she wasn't getting the response that she wanted, she would not she will not repeatedly be on her live, on going on Instagram live. She would not keep on putting posts on Instagram. She won't be going on a comment section. She won't be talking to you guys. But because of she sees that you guys, like, she's putting up and everybody's like, okay. That would be like gingering her to like put more up. Today again, she has gone on Instagram posting things, and let's just not give her that attention that she's craving. I just feel like that's what the fans of Love and Marriage Huntsville should do. Let's not give her that, because literally, I already complain how much of ratchetness the show is all about. I literally don't need more ratchetness in the show. Anything that would avoid that from happening, I would appreciate that.
Thank you for speaking. Patricia says, I'm appalled about this. She trash talks the show, but now is desperate about being on it. That's crazy. Honestly, it's crazy. She didn't like the show. She felt it was messy. She felt it had no substance. She felt it was boring. But all of a sudden, she's fighting tooth and nail to be on it. It's, yeah. If nobody gives her the relevance, she's no longer going to be. And see, as I said, I'm not going to deceive myself and say she's not going to be on the show. She's going to be on the show. So I'm already preparing myself mentally to see her there. I'm preparing myself mentally. But anyways, thank you guys for joining us on the live. You guys are the best. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe. And don't forget to support us in any way format by dropping a comment, recommending this video, sharing this video. We'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye.